Welcome to Kitchen Counseling. I'm Chef Tom. I'm your motorcycle riding holistic chef. Now today we got one of my most favorite recipes. I love this one. It is a chicken and green chili pozole. I have the flavors of New Mexico with this one. I use some spices and some seasonings from New Mexico. I also use Hatch Green Chiles as the green chili. So this has a little bit of a New Mexico flair to it. And if you know me, you know I love working with Hatch Green Chiles, and I found some good spice companies out there too. So we're going to talk about that as we go on. So let's just get into the first step so you can kind of see how this is going to work. So I'm going to spin you down here. So we got ourselves a large stock pot here. And I've got a couple tablespoons of a safflower oil in there. And we got about 3 pounds of chicken thighs. We got skin on, bone on. I've just salted and peppered them, just a little seasoning. We're gonna throw them in here. I love that sizzle. There we go. So this first step, my hands are all dirty. I have trouble with this. All right. This first step, we're just browning the chicken. All right. So it's going to take about 4 minutes on each side. We're just getting it cooked pretty much, not all the way through. We're just getting it started. But that's all we're going to do at this point. Then we're going to take that off, and then we're going to actually start putting all the stuff in the same pot. And everything's going to go in there at one time. And then it's going to cook and just kind of stew for like 20 minutes or so. And when it's all done, it's just going to be awesome. So when we get to that step, we'll go through the actual recipe. So right now, I'm going to finish up this step, 4 minutes each side. So we're just flipping them one time, do 4 minutes, turn them over to the other 4 minutes, and then we're going to take them off, take them out of the pot so we can use the pot. So we'll be back in a few minutes. See ya. All right, welcome back. Okay, we've let that chicken brown now, so let me get you down here so you can see what we got going. See that nice and crispy chicken? All right. Now the reason we only had to do about 4 minutes on each side, and I did maybe 5 or so, is that this is going to stay in the pot. And we're going to start throwing everything in there, and it's going to cook with all the other stuff. So we're going to cook that chicken all the way through. Then towards the end, we're going to take the chicken out, take off the bone and the skin, get rid of that, cut up in some little bite-sized pieces, throw it back in there for the actual soup. So the next step is that we're going to add our onions and our garlic. So I'm going to spin you down so you can see what we got here. So I'm adding the onion. So we actually have about 2 cups of onion, which actually comes out to about 1 onion. Oh, we got other cooking going on here. Let's turn that off. That's going to have to come out of there in a moment. We also have 4 tablespoons of minced garlic. Throw that in there. And we have 2/3 of a cup of cilantro stems, just coarsely chopped. Okay? So we're going to let this cook for about a minute just to start all incorporating. And then we'll be back to add everything else. So we'll be right back. Okay, see ya. All right, we've let that cook down for a minute or two now. And let's swing you down here so you can see what it looks like. It smells awesome. And this way you can see as I add all the other ingredients. So there's our chicken, and we have our oil in there. We have safflower oil. We have the cilantro stems, the onions, and the garlic all cooking in there right now. So now we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. So our first thing we're going to add is 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Okay, let's get this out of the way. And then let's add, we have some fresh oregano. Okay, so we just got a couple tablespoons of fresh oregano, and I just pulled the leaves, trimmed them off of the stems, and did a little light chop on them. I love using fresh oregano. It's so much nicer to work with than the dried. Great flavor on that. Then we're going to put in 8 cups, about 8 cups of Napa cabbage. All right, You can use any kind of cabbage you want. The recipe originally had Savoy cabbage. Savoy cabbage is a little milder than your regular cabbages. It's also prettier. I personally like using the Chinese Napa cabbage, so that's what we're doing here. And then I've added the green chilies. Got about 8 ounces of a Hatch Green Chile roasted. I roast them, freeze them, keep them in my freezer so they're ready to go at any time. So I just cut them up, diced them up for us to add into here. All right. And then I got a couple tablespoons, or teaspoons, excuse me, of casa seasoning. And we're going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later here. So I'll get you in on what the casa seasoning is. But it's a blend of spices with salt and pepper and stuff. It's very good for a lot of things. And then we're going to add our broth. So we have 8 cups of a chicken broth. Just like so. I can see that level coming up now. We're going to have a really nice amount of Posole here. I got lots of people that are interested in getting their hands on some of this. So we're making a big batch of it today. So this is what this is. You can cut this recipe in half for, like, you know, for a family of 4 or whatever. You don't want to make that much. And then we're going to finish it off with 4 cups of water. There we have our soup going here. So now we're going to get this all the way back up to high. All right, give it a nice little stir here. All those goodies in there. Oh, my cheesecake is done again. It wasn't done before when I checked it. All right. So here we go. We're going to bring this up to a boil. Once I get it up to the boil, we're going to cover it. We're going to lower the heat to get to a simmer. We're going to cook it for 20 minutes. And we're just going to let that cook down, and we'll get back to that. So we'll be back in a few minutes when this gets down the road. All right? See ya. All right, we're back. It's been 20 minutes, and we've taken the chicken now out of the pot. We're going to let that cool for a few minutes. We're going to add our hominy back in here. So here we go. This is our pot right now. So we've cooked it all through. We removed the chicken. We're discarding the skins and the bones. We're going to cut the meat into bite-sized pieces, and then we're going to add the hominy and the chicken back into the pot. So let me finish up on that step. We'll go ahead and get the chicken and the hominy ready. We're going to throw that back in there, and we're just going to bring it back up to a simmer just to warm everything, kind of get it all together. We're going to taste it, make sure everything is good, and then we're going to have some Posole. All right, so we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, bye-bye. All right, we're back at this final step for the Posole. I can't wait. It smells so good. I'm so ready for this. So we're at the final step here, okay? So we're going to add back in the chicken, and we're going to add back in 2 25-ounce cans of hominy, white hominy. So let's spin you down here. See our pot, see what we got happening here. So the chicken we've just cut up into bite-sized pieces. So we got 3 pounds of chicken that was on the bone. We just discarded the bone, discarded the skins, cut it up, nice little bite-sized pieces. We're going to add our hominy now, and this is what makes it a Posole. To me, the hominy is what that extra ingredient. It's just awesome. And I'm going to be having this for dinner. I got a whole bunch of people waiting for this when it gets done for tomorrow. So we're just going to bring this back up to a simmer. So I got the heat back on high. We're going to bring it up to a simmer just to start to let everything heat back up together. We're going to taste it. We're going to make sure that it has all the flavors, that everything's popping. If you need to do adjustments, the only thing you're going to adjust is a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, or a little bit of casa seasoning. So the one thing I didn't go on, I wanted to tell you, was about the casa seasoning. Casa seasoning is like a blend of several different peppers and salt and pepper and stuff in it. It's a really nice blend mixture to use for lots of different things. We're kind of heavy on the black pepper, so it's actually kind of nice for that. You can use it instead of salt and pepper. Go on to, you can find them online. You know, they have a whole line of different seasonings. I've got a whole bunch of different ones. The casa one is kind of an overall go-to. You know, so that's one I use for a lot. I use it in this, I use it in some of my other recipes. It really makes things pop. So you can add a little bit of that to it. So once this is all done, we are going to put it in a bowl and we're going to eat it up. You can garnish it with some tortilla chips, some lime wedges, a little bit more of the casa seasoning if you like, whatever you like on it, and just enjoy. So I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you liked what you saw, like us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, check out the info at the end of the thing on all of our streaming services through KP Media TV, and any information you need is all at the end. And give me a call or email me and whatnot. I will get back to you, and see you on down the road. Remember my four F's for accentuating life: family, friends, fun, and food. Have a good one. We'll see you later.